One of the most common questions I get from people is what kind of stretching or what stretches should I be doing when I'm going out hiking for a few days? When you hike for a few days in a row, the muscles get tight, the body gets a little bit sore, and conventional wisdom tells us that we need to stretch in order to relieve that tightness. My experience with this is that many people don't know how to integrate the breathing with the stretching, and therefore the body sees this stretch as a threat, and the response from the body is to tighten up even more. So what I want to show you is a couple of very gentle flowing movements that you can do for the whole body to really tap into the elasticity of the body so we can relax, we can breathe, and then we can get into hiking with a much more supple, relaxed body. We're going to start from the bottom and we're going to work up to the very top with the neck. So starting with the feet and the ankles, what we're going to do is we're going to invert and evert the ankle or the foot. So you can see me there just rolling the ankle. And this is exactly like just preparing the ankle for that situation where you do step forward and roll in. So first of all, we can roll outwards and do about 10-20 reps on each side. And then we can roll inwards. So inversion and eversion. So our ankles can be sprained in both ways, in both of these directions. And the better prepared we are for the body to be able to move into these positions, the less likely we are to actually tear any tissue. The poison is in the dose. So if you were to place a lot of weight onto the ankle like that in a fall, then maybe that's going to tear something. But if you're gently moving into it and preparing the tissue for that, you're going to be less likely to hurt yourself. So that's for our feet and ankles. Now we can move on to the knees. So feet together, knees together, we're going to do big knee circles. And the idea here is you can start small and just stay within the range of control that you have and stay within a pain-free range. And as you become more confident here, you can start to make those knee circles a bit bigger. I would recommend you try and just keep the heels on the ground, but you can experiment with different positions. If you want to lift the heels up, that is okay. But as long as you feel safe and comfortable in your position, that is absolutely fine. You can do, I recommend doing 10 to 20 in both directions and slowly expanding those circles. For the hips, we can stand on one leg and we can simply explore the range of motion that we have in the hips. There's no bad way to do this. You can move in any direction you like. I like big circles. I like to kick out, front, side, back, and really circle around and open those hips. You can spend a minute or two on each side just exploring the range of motion that you have or don't have, and then finding those little crevices in the hips where you're maybe not so comfortable, maybe you're a little bit tight, maybe you don't have so much control, and it's just about expanding that range of control, spending a minute or so each side doing that. Now for our torso, what we're going to do is we're going to rotate. We're going to think about emptying the arms, keep the arms completely dead, and I want you to rotate your body with the intention of the toes. So drive one toe into the ground and you'll find that your body will follow along. Just completely relax the upper body. Let the hips and the ribs do the rotation and just slap your arms either side. And this is a really good way to integrate that connection from ground, from the toes all the way up to the ribs and to the shoulders and to the arms. And this really helps you give a sense of that connectivity that happens all the way from the fingertips to the toes. And if we can tap into that connectivity when we're hiking, everything becomes a lot more effortless and easy and a lot more enjoyable. Now we can integrate some arm swings. So lots of different patterns that we can explore here. We can do just a single arm backwards. Again, think about the rotation coming from, in this case, the left hip to the right shoulder. I'm not putting any effort into my arm at all. the movement is being driven from the hips, it's being driven from the knees, it's being driven from the feet, and I'm just letting the arms swing. So we're really tapping into these slings that exist between the shoulders and the hips. So we can do backwards, we can do forwards, single arms. We can do double arm pattern, backwards. Again, my arms, I'm not driving the movement from the arms. If I was to drive the movement from the arms, it would look like that. But what we're actually doing is using the hips. So we're integrating the whole body into the swing. You can see me putting a little bit more drive into the knees and to the feet. We can also do these contralateral left brain, right brain patterns, which is a little tricky at first. Start at the top, hands up, and just let the hips, the knees, and the rib cage do their thing. Just completely relax the arms. We can do normal contralateral gait patterns as well. So lots of things to experiment with in terms of the arm swings here. Once you've loosened up the shoulders and the arms, we can finish off with the neck. Just do nice big neck circles. You can start with smaller circles and expand those as you go through. Now, if there's anything in this short little routine that you experience pain in, I encourage you to explore rather than just skip the movement. Pain can be our greatest teacher, so experiment with different breathing patterns, with deeper diaphragmatic breathing. You can experiment with placing weight in different joint angles and just changing the position of the body, and experiment with that and see if you can find a safe position where your body is completely relaxed and comfortable to be able to do that movement. This is something that can be done at the end of a long day hiking to enable your body to relax. It can also be used as a warm-up to help you tap into the slings that exist between the hips and the shoulders, to enable you to dial into the elasticity that exists in your body that we can utilize to walk with a lot more freedom and a lot more effortless movement. And it really does make hiking a lot more enjoyable. I hope you enjoy it. Any questions, put them in the comment section below, and check out my programs that I have on my website, chasemountains.io, for more information on this kind of movement. I will see you on the summit.